Hi everyone, Lisa Michael from the Michael Sullivan Group. Thank you for tuning in this week. So this week we are talking about 10 ways that I'm personally detoxing my home. Because we're spending so much time at home right now, it's important that it's a comfortable and safe environment. So I really spent some time kind of looking around my house and figuring out what I could do better or how I can improve my house in general. One of the other things that Tara and I are doing this month is we are running a home refresh challenge. So if you are interested in joining that and being part of that with us, it starts on the 18th. Just drop an emoji in the comments and we will add you to the list and make sure that you get all the details on that. One of the other things I'm doing is deep cleaning my floors. So my house is all hardwood floors and I sweep and or vacuum every day at least once. Sometimes I do it twice, sometimes I do it 3 times depending on what the children are doing. But I do that every day without question. One of the things I don't do as much is actually give them a good cleaning and steam mop them. I wish I did that more. It's something I want to do more. So that is on my list to do that at least once a week. Every room in my house, get the steam mop out and really deep clean those floors. It'll make me happy just to have nice clean floors. So that's on my list. The other thing I'm doing is I'm going to start really being stricter on the no shoes in the house rule. I've been pretty lax on that. You know, I always try to take my shoes off when I come in, more because I would prefer not to wear shoes, but it's also good for my house. So one of the things I really need to do is get the kids to do that. When you come in, leave the shoes at the door. That way you're not tracking all that mud and dirt in, and especially if my kids are out playing in the mud with the chickens or whatever they're doing out there. That can stay outside. I don't need it on my floors. So that's kind of on my list. The other thing I want to do is, or that I currently do, but I want to be more strategic about, is having some houseplants. Houseplants are national detoxifiers. They help to purify the air. So they're really good to have in the house for that reason. They're also just really pleasing to have around. So I'm going to kind of, right now I've got them all focused in one area of my house. I want to try to find better locations for them to be throughout my house so that they're more than just in my living room at the sliding glass doors. They're also in my bedroom or in my bathroom or some other places as well. The 5th thing that I'm really looking at is my water filters. I'm terrible at changing the water filters. So I want to try to do that on a more regular schedule. So I've looked at what we've got currently and I know I need to replace it. So I'm going to grab one of those, stick that in there so that my water comes out nice and clear and clean and fresh. The other thing is I went into my children's bathroom the other day and I noticed that the shower liner was nasty. And I currently used a vinyl one, which I absolutely hate. I'm not even sure why I put it in there. But I went on Amazon and I found a really great cotton liner that I could put in the shower. The great thing I love about that is when it gets nasty, I can just take it down and throw it in the washing machine and it's all clean and fresh and I can have a nice clean one again. So that's one of the other things I'm doing. I'm also looking at my light fixtures. Have you ever looked up at a light fixture and found bugs in it? Gross. So I've walked around my house and I've really taken some time to take all of the fixtures down and wipe down the light bulbs too, because they tend to get a lot of dust on them as well. So no more bugs in my light fixtures. Gross. Got rid of those. The other thing I've been doing, and it's a little bit harder now, but over the last 4 or 5 years, I've really started to focus on using more all-natural cleaners. I tend to make my own. If anybody is interested, I would be more than happy to share the recipes that I really like with you. It's a little bit harder. I've had to do a little more research because I want things that are more sanitizing and making sure that my house is super clean right now. But if you're interested in doing more all-natural cleaners, let me know. I could certainly shoot you over what I use and how, like I said, I make them at home myself, so I could send that information over to you. The other thing I do, which I'm not sure how many people do as well, but I also got rid of dryer sheets for my dryer. I use dryer balls. I've used wool dryer balls for probably the last 10 years or so. And I bought one set like 10 years ago, and I've used that set since. Although I probably need to go out and buy some new ones because they're getting a little worn. And I started with, I think, 6, and I'm down to 3. No idea where those other 3 went. But that's a really great way to, I don't get static cling in my dryer, but I'm also not using and putting chemicals onto my clothes that I then put on my body and wear all day. So, if you swap out your dryer sheets with some dryer balls, that always helps to keep some of those unnatural chemicals out of your world as well. So that's kind of the list I have for you right now. Drop a comment if you're interested in any of those. I can share with you what dryer balls I use or any of those kinds of things if you're interested. Also, don't forget, drop a comment if you want to join the Home Refresh Challenge with us. That'll be really fun to do, and looking forward to doing that with everybody. Bye, guys. Talk to you soon.